Good morning, everyone. So good to see your beautiful faces. Good morning. So good to see your beautiful faces this morning. I'm delighted that you all are here this morning at the Center of Peace. Here, joining everybody who's here, joining us in person and online to celebrate life and to celebrate love. And I'm grateful for it. I'm glad about it. My name is Twana Malone. I'm the spiritual leader here at the Center of Peace, and my pronouns are she, her, and they. And this morning we do have a wonderful service in store. We have our licensed professional practitioners assisting us in our service. This morning we have leading us in the ringing of our chakra bowl, which is to my left, to give us all the opportunity to begin to let all of the worldly stuff simply begin to fall away as we find ourselves more present in the presence, more present in this moment. We have leading us in that this morning, Cynthia Banks. Leading us this morning in our treatment, which we call also affirmative prayer, is Callista Dorsey. Leading us and doing double duty in our sacred readings this morning, also Cynthia Banks. Holding consciousness for us this morning, knowing the truth about our time together and its unfolding in the most wonderful and magnificent way, is our practitioner Marilyn Watkins and Tanya Skeef. Greeting all who walk into the space this morning is Susan Saunders and Sheila Denikin. Our music today is being sung forth through Miss Marcy Francis and friends. So we have Nicole, Al, and Vern on the ones and twos and threes, keeping us all connected. And so I think that we are all set this morning and ready to go. Let me invite you then just to be here and to be here now. Cynthia?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What a day to recognize the Creator. What a beautiful day to recognize that the Creator is always present. Knowing that the Creator is that unconditional love that continues to be within each one of us. I am recognizing the Creator at this moment, knowing that the Creator has created everything, that there's nothing small, there's nothing large, it's just the Creator, the Alpha and the Omega. So every time you take a breath, you realize that the Creator is that breath, that the Creator is the sun at every cloud and raindrop that touches your face is a gift from the Creator. That is my belief, knowing that the Creator is always available for love. Is always available because that joy that's within you was created by the Creator, and that we have already accepted this gift. So I am recognizing and knowing this truth, that today is a good day. Today is God's day, and today is each one of us a day of peace and joy. I know that we are all one, and that we are created in that oneness of the Creator. So every moment is a moment to be able to release any fear that you may have, that you have created, because the Creator does not create fear. The Creator only creates love. And it's a moment for you, each one of us, to accept that gift of pure love. So I am knowing right now and here that this service is opening up with a divine order that God has already present in it. That each one of you, as you walk in the door, you're walking in greeted by love, greeted by the peace that we feel for each other, recognizing the God in each one of us, recognizing that we are here on earth representing God, being the truth of who we are, asking the question, God, what is it that you have me to do today that will allow me to see each person that I come in contact with in nothing but pure love? That's what I'm asking for myself today, and that's what I'm asking for from the Creator, because I already know it's already done, because the table was already set when I took the first breath, and I know it's also for each one of you. So today is a day to walk in that love, to always remember that you are loved, loved, and lovable, and there is nothing more for you to even be concerned about, because today is the day that you have set the intention on how you want to be and how you want to show up. Are you going to show up with love? Or are you going to show up with peace? Because in the center of peace, that is what you receive. So I am knowing as Reverend Tawana steps up, she steps up to share who she is, the truth of who she is, because she is walking that spiritual path, that each one of her words will allow us to recognize the truth within ourselves. So today is a good day. Today is a day to go into that silence. Today is a day to be quiet. Today is also the day to speak your truth. So I am so grateful. I say thank you, Mother, Father, God. As I have spoken these words, I know these words are true because I know they come from a place deep within me that I recognize that truth, as I recognize the truth for each one of you. So I can today, in this moment, place these words into the law, knowing that it is already done. It is already complete. There is nothing more for me to do but to step out of the way and let the Creator do what the Creator does. And the Creator does it so well. And we all say together, and so it is.
Thank you, Callista, for leading us in our affirmative prayer this morning, our treatment. And now I'd like to invite you all to turn with me as we turn our attention to our vision and our mission. And I invite you to see it as a real, lived experience, something happening in our lifetime. Not in the by and by, but now. Join me in the reading of our vision. A loving and peaceful world where all of humanity is honored as the divinity within is experienced. And our mission, the center of peace, is a loving, inclusive, and vibrant community that utilizes and demonstrates spiritual principles and practices to cultivate powerful individuals who together create peace throughout the world. And so it is. And now I'd like to invite you all to please stand and join us in the singing of our congregational song, I Am One. If you're not familiar with our congregational song, you can find the lyrics to the song in the back of your chair, so that if you choose to, you can sing along with us. Our congregational song was written by our retired licensed practitioner, Bayless Webb. All right, I think we're ready.
I'm one with Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and it dwells inside of me. There's perfect Spirit, pure loving Spirit, rests in everything I see. God walks beside me, protects and guides me. It's ever with me where'er I go. I trust its power, God's healing power. Its love surrounds me, and this I know. I live in spirit, I breathe in God's life is my life. I know God's life is my life. I know.
So let us not miss out on this perfect opportunity to allow our eyes simply to glance around the room, falling just right where they might, as we honor the humanity in another and welcome each other this morning into our sanctuary, that which is sacred. So welcome, 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 everybody. You may be seated. Here at the Center of Peace, we are an open and affirming community. All are welcome here at the Center of Peace. And if this is your first time here, we'd love to be able to take this opportunity to acknowledge you and to recognize you. So if this is your first time and you feel comfortable enough to stand, we invite you to stand. Okay, all right. Well, let us just turn to each other then and welcome each other this morning into the sanctuary. As we say to one to the other, welcome. Welcome. Oh, I know who you really and truly are. A unique and divine expression of love and light itself. I see the light in you. I know what's possible for you. And nothing can disturb or deter this in me. Welcome to the Center of Peace. Yes. I honor you all and welcome you here this morning. All right. I think we're ready for announcements this morning. As Marie Amy Taylor comes forward, who is the board president here at the Center of Peace.
Thank you. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. We're going to jump right into this. Would like to bring up Sandy Forrest from the group that is going to be doing the Healthy Relationships Workshop. A group of two.
I was getting ready to say it's a group of two. Patricia Grady and I will be teaching healthy relationships starting February 4th from 6:30 to 8:30. I believe the investment is $200. And as I said last week, this is really about you, because everything that you are involved in is a relationship, whether it be your relationship with food, whether it be your relationship with your pet, whether it be your relationship with your significant other. It's a relationship, and it's about you. It's about how you respond to that relationship. And relationships are a mirror. They allow us to see who we are being. They remind us of that which we hold within us that causes us to behave in a certain way. And they tell you who you believe, what you believe. They mirror for you what you are actually believing, not what you think you believe. So this is an opportunity to explore that. I hope that you will take the opportunity to invest in yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in my class. Thank you.
Sandy, I want you to stay here just for a second. I took the class last year, and I wasn't focusing on anything but a romantic relationship. Before the end of the class, I had manifested someone, and now both of us have signed up to take the class again together.
Good.
So it works.
Thank you.
Reverend Tawana, if you would come up and talk about the 40-day Mind Fast Soul Feast.
Yes. So the 40-day Abundance Workshop was so well received, and folks kept coming up and saying, when can we do it again? When can we do it again? We did this October? Yeah, I think it was October 2024. And so your practitioners, Patricia Grady and Helen Moore and Patricia Watson and myself, we got together and we did some visioning, and we came up with another opportunity for the community to be together in practice. So it's going to be very similar to the 40-day abundance. This one is titled 40-day conscious commitment to powerfully create the life you desire. 40-day mind fast soul feast, a guide to soul awakening and inner fulfillment. These 40 days, we're going to be working with a book written by Reverend Dr. Bernard Beckwith. So you don't have to purchase the book. We will be providing you all with the material that you need to participate. You are going to be able to join again 7 a.m. in the morning or 6 p.m. in the afternoon. If you are looking for or desiring to continue in community practice, and we got so much out of being together and practicing together, you don't want to miss it. If you missed the last time, you don't want to miss this time. Join us. It's going to be wonderful. The cost is $1 a day, so it's $40 to participate in this offering. It's going to start March 3rd, and it'll run through April the 11th. We hope to see you all early in the morning and in the afternoon.
Thank you. If you were here last week, you saw Sheila Dinnigan throw down as it relates to the Super Bowl chili cornbread cook-off. Well, she's here to remind us that she's still ready for action. Come on up, Sheila.
Thank you. So good morning, everyone. So my name is Sheila Daniken, and my pronouns are she and her. And if you don't already know, the Fundraising Care Circle, which consists of Ayenda Lambert, Liz Johnson, and myself, is brand new. And this is our wonderful president has reminded us. We will be hosting our very first event, fundraising event ever. And we will be hosting this year's Super Bowl party and our very first chili and cornbread cook-off. But before we get into the ins and the outs of the event and any smack talk, we'll get to that. Don't worry, I'll get to it. I'd like to take a moment to share our why and where the funds will go from our fundraising efforts. And I really want to thank Betty Boyd for helping us to crystallize this. So right over here, we just went over our mission. Okay, so the funds from this fundraiser will play a vital role in advancing this mission in three very different ways. And the first one is creating community. Okay, so the funds raised will go towards hosting workshops, events, and outreach programs that's designed to bring people together and promote unity within our community. So not just on Sundays, okay? The second, do any of you remember that song, I Believe the Children Are Our Future? Okay, so the next is supporting our children and our youth ministry. So any funds that we raise will provide educational tools, mentorship programs, engaging activities that nurture spirituality, emotional and social development, as well as support summer camps, after-school programs, and leadership training for our youth. So that is, I think, a vital and noble cause. And the third is meeting emergency needs. If you've had the blessing to live long enough, then you know that life can sometimes bring unexpected challenges. And these funds that we raise will help the Center of Peace serve as a safety net for those in urgent need. So whether it's providing food, clothing, or financial assistance for families facing hardships, the money that we raise will ensure that no one in our community is left without support in their time of crisis. So by attending the Super Bowl party and participating in the chili cook-off, you help strengthen this foundation of our community. uplift our youth, and provide hope during life's most challenging moments. So together we can make a lasting impact. All right, so now let's move on to Super Bowl Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday is in 2 weeks. Okay, I see some of you wearing some Eagle stuff. Yeah. We'll see what they do today. The doors will open on Super Bowl Sunday, which is February 9th, in 2 weeks, at 5 p.m. Admission is $20. If you sign up for the chili cook-off, the entry for that is $20, but your admission is free. If you sign up for the cornbread cook-off only, that is a $10, and then you'll receive $10 off of your admission. Also, just so you know, it's the cook-off and the party. It's not just for TCP members, so bring your friends, bring your families, okay? Bring everybody that you can. And the deadline to enter the cook-off is next Sunday, February 2nd. We're planning to have a good time with food, fellowship, and games. You can win some free prizes. And in the back, thank you so much, Betty Boyd and Alima Boyd, for helping us procure these gift baskets that we will be raffling off. We'll start selling raffle tickets next week. So go back and take a look because there are some pretty amazing baskets back there. So thank you guys so much. So the basket choices include a Netflix and chill, Eagles, an Infinite Wisdom basket, an Eagles basket, and so much more. So overall, we are looking for a memorable event, a fun event, and a successful event. So we need all of your participation. So come on up, and at the end of service, come back and I will help answer any questions. And I'm sorry that this is running a little bit long, but I have just one last thing to say, okay? Last week there was a little bit of smack talk, okay? And all I gotta say is this: you can't win if you don't sign up. So I'm just gonna leave it at that and say thank you guys so much. So we'll be taking sign-ups in the back. Have a wonderful day, and so it is.
Thank you so much, Sheila Denigan. My mouth is watering. All righty, we would like Reverend Twana to come up, and if you would you talk about both the weekday meditation discontinuing and the budget open board?
Yes. Yes, so we were offering a weekday meditation for years. Once COVID started, our practitioners was available through the via the phone, offering meditation through the week. We have ended that and want everybody to know. So we're no longer doing that, but we do have Callista, who does have meditation every Wednesday, and you can go online and find the information and details about that. So also want you to know that we have sent the budget out. The board approved our proposed 2025 budget, and we've sent it out to the congregation. We want you all to take a look at it, send your questions. We've already gotten questions. So that we can answer your questions, we'll be prepared to call a vote on the proposed budget February the 16th. So we are inviting you all out to be a part of that. You do have to be a member in order to vote. In addition to that, we have 2 open board positions here at the Center of Peace. You can serve on the board for a total of 4 years, and we have a board where 2 people are always rotating off, and the people who are rotating off may be able to put their name forward again to continue for an additional 2 years. There are some criteria set if you are interested in joining the board. What does the board do? The board makes financial decisions and provides goals for the Center of Peace going forward, looking at a year ahead, 3 years ahead, 5 years ahead. If you want your voice to be heard, if you feel like, you see some things that we can do so that we may become more of who we are, then joining the board might be for you. So there's some information out already about that. You can go to our website and find out more information about that if you'd like to put your name forward to run for the board. And I think that's it.
Thank you. We would like to say happy birthday to all born January There will be cake after the service and beverages. Reminder about them to have a lid on them. Please be mindful not to leave things behind. And you can get on our mailing list by downloading our QR code. Please check out our website for more information at thecenterofpeace.org. And follow us, like us, subscribe to us on all of our social media platforms. And finally, the practitioners are available after service for prayer, and there's meditation throughout the week. Contact information is on our website, thecenterofpeace.org. I'm complete.
Grand Rising, everyone. How's everyone feeling? I said, how's everyone feeling? Raise your hands up high. Raise them up, raise them up. Say, I thank you for this day. I'm so grateful for this day. Take a deep breath in. Put the hand over your heart. Say, I love myself so much. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. The song that I'm going to sing is by Ricky Byers. She called me the other day. I won't tell you what she told me. But anyway, send love to Center of Peace. Now I'm going to tell you what she told me. Should I tell? Don't tell it. Don't tell it. Don't tell it today. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Rev. All right. Breathe in for me, honey. I need it. The song by Ricky Byers is The Breath of God. Take a deep breath in. You all know that song? I need to really take a breath. You got it? I feel like I'm coming down or something. I don't want that either. We are activated by divine love and motivated by divine power, guided by divine light. Oh, the breath of God is breathing me and resting in the breath of God. I know that all is well. If you all know it, sing it with me. The breath of God is breathing me and resting in the breath of God. I know that all is well. The grace of God is gracing me and resting in the grace of God. I know that all is well. The love of God, is loving me and resting in the love of God. I know that all is well. The love, sing it, love again. The love of God is loving me and resting in the love of God. I know that all is well. The peace of God is peace in me and resting in the peace of God. I know that all is well. The peace of God is peace in me and resting in the peace of God. I know that all
it's all well. I know that all is well. I know that all is well. We are activated by love. I know that all is well. Activated by divine power. I know that all is guided by divine light. I know that all is well. One more time. I know that all is well.
Good morning. Would you all please stand with me and repeat the affirmation? This thought of love and harmony, has not far to travel. It is instantly received, in the one mind, spirit, the universal cause. And so it is. Okay, the reading today is from the Pocket Pima. Children. Dissolving our self-importance. Page 35 and 36. Dissolving our self-importance. The fixed idea that we have about ourselves as solid and separate from each other is painfully limiting. It is possible to move through the drama of our lives without believing so earnestly in the character that we play. We can take ourselves so seriously that we are so absurdly important in our own minds is a problem for us. We feel justified in being annoyed with everything. We feel justified in denigrating ourselves or in feeling that we are more clever than other people. Self-importance hurts us, limiting us to the narrow world of our likes and dislikes. We end up bored to death with ourselves and our world. We end up never satisfied. We have two alternatives. Either we question our beliefs or we don't. Either we accept our fixed versions of reality or we begin to challenge them. In Buddha's opinion, to train in staying open and curious, to train in dissolving our assumptions and beliefs is the best use of our human lives. And so it is. And the reading and affirmation were submitted by licensed professional practitioner Tricia Grady.
The next song is by Karen Drucker, and it's called In Beauty May I Walk. Say, in beauty may I walk. Yes, we got to walk every day with this peace, create that vibration, frequency of light and peace. I got to watch her. She makes sure don't be wiggling. That my G-bomb. It's all right, Reverend T. I said in beauty, may I walk all day long. May I walk through the seasons. May I walk, oh, may I walk in peace. I said in beauty, may I walk all day long. May I walk through the seasons. Oh, may I walk. Oh, may I walk in peace. I sit on this path. May I walk through my life. May I walk in my old age. May I walk. Oh, may I walk in peace. Oh, may I walk. Put your hands together. Help me. Oh, may I walk in peace. Woo! May I walk. 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 Oh, may I walk in peace. Hey, hey. How y'all feel? Yeah, the Eagles gonna win. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Enjoy. May I walk in love. May I walk in gratitude. May I walk. Oh, may I walk in peace. Oh, may I walk in peace. I sit in joy. May I walk. Oh, in love. May I walk in gratitude. Oh, may I walk. Oh, may I walk in peace. I sit in stillness. May I walk in forgiveness. May I walk in loving kindness. Oh, may I walk. Oh, may I walk. I'll sit in peace. Come on, Will, come on. Sit in peace. You want to walk in peace? Walk and send her peace. We come bringing love and send her peace. Yeah. Thank you. I'm still trying to calm it down. They call me Miss Lady Fingers of Soul, and they get ready to do my life story. So y'all are part of it, too. Thank you.
Marcy and the other guy's name? Will and Nate. Yes. Let's give them all a round of applause. All right. Here we are. I think I got a confession to make. I feel like I know what I want to talk about, but I really don't know what I want to talk about. I'm a little bit all over the place. So, if it come out that way, now you know. But before we get into it, let's just take care of business. Go Eagles. All right, go ahead. Let us represent. Go Eagles. This morning, I want to, as I always do, start us out with a few spiritual principles. And when I say spiritual principles, it is more than what's on this piece of paper. There are lots of spiritual principles, so I don't want to confuse people by saying that. This, in fact, was derived from what Ernest Holmes titled as What We Believe. And we have numbered them and called them spiritual principles. We also added universal principles and laws in alignment with the science of mind on this document. There's also an interpretation added to this documentation and some non-jargon language. This was created years ago by a group of people at the center called Being Who We Say We Are. This goes back to 2014 or 15, I think, something like that. But it's an incredible document. This is my original one, and I'm so grateful for it. It really helps to get me grounded every Sunday and through the week. And so you can do a search for Ernest Holmes and What We Believe, and you'll have a copy of it. We also have it attached to anybody who is on our mailing list to be able to get a copy of it as well. And this morning, we're working with spiritual principle number 1, and it states, we believe in God, the living spirit, almighty one, indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. We believe this one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. We believe the manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. Spiritual principle number 2, we believe in the individualization of the spirit in us. We believe that all people are individualizations of the one spirit. Spiritual principle number 8, we believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thought and acts upon it. And in the interpretation of that, the committee said that what this means then is that a belief is not an idea that my mind possesses. It is an idea that possesses my mind. What I believe can move a mountain or put one in my way, for it is done unto me as I believe. And finally, spiritual principle number 11. We believe in our own soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that the life of all is God. So, we have this month been focusing on the introduction section in the Science of Mind textbook written by Ernest Holmes. And in the introduction section, it is divided into 4 parts, and we've spent some time with the first 3 parts, the first 3 Sundays of the month. Each part builds upon the other part. If you're not familiar with the Science of Mind textbook, I would invite you to purchase it, and if you don't go to any other part of the book, you can find what's really foundational and fundamental just in the introduction section. The book is filled with ancient wisdom, words from mystics, and it is for the one who is serious about creating a life of peace, to the one who is serious about experiencing more joy in their life. it's important that you have a great understanding of the foundational teachings of the science of mind, the fundamental teachings. Or this teaching, this practice can feel like something other than what it is. It can feel like that there is magic, and truly, it's not. It's not magic, but it's magical. When you understand the foundational and the fundamental teachings of the science of mind and you begin to apply them to your life is and will become magical. So I'm inviting us to be with the material in a way that takes us into really understanding it, embodying it, and certainly with the material, you should question it. Not the deliverer of the material, but the material itself. See if what he is saying, or what any person who has put together some material that we can take in that can aid us in our living, we should be, you want to be at a place where you can question it. And you should question it. How is this true or not for me in my life? Can I see that this is true or not for me in my life? So you should question it. In part 4 of the Science of Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes says that life is absolute perfection. He says that God's world is perfect, that the world is perfect. I mean, what a statement to make in light of what some of us might be experiencing that would certainly bump up against that and say, well, I don't know. I don't know so much about that. Is life perfect? I mean, absolute perfection is what he said. And he says that this idea that life is absolute perfection, that this is the principle that each of us, in our seeking to discover the God within us, that this is the principle that we're all out to prove. That life is absolute perfection. That's it. We should be set out to prove it in every way. So what does he mean when he says that life is absolute perfection and that the world is perfect? Well, he means that each of us, we have been given everything that we need to be able to create the life that we desire. What he means by that is that there is good available. This good is infinite in its variety and in its expression, and that this good is available to you and this good is available to me. Not some of it, but all of it. That's what he means when he says life is absolute perfection. Not only have we been given what we need to create the life that we desire, we have also been given all that we need to see our past differently, to begin to see life in a different perspective. We've been given all that we need in both of these areas of our life, so that if we do begin to apply the principle, to apply the teachings to our life, that little by little we'll stop finding fault in others. Because that is the thing that really keeps us in a place where we are settling for a life that we don't desire. It is full of fault finding. So little by little, then, we release the desire within us to stop fault finding. And it's not easy. It's not easy because we are so full of our opinions and we are so full of judgments that it's all we know. It's like that. It's like, it's all I know. We're so accustomed to it. We're so familiar with it that the teaching really offers us an opportunity to begin to let the fault finding go. So we've been given all that we need then to prove the principle that life is absolute perfection. What is it that we've been given according to the Science of Mind textbook? We all have been given the ability to think. And it's important to note when we say think, what we mean is that what you think and what you feel is the sum total of what you believe. So you need to know exactly, the definition so that you're not confused about what you say and what you think. Because we all have heard it is done unto you as you believe. And what you think and you feel is the sum total of what you believe. And so you can say one thing, but you can be believing another thing. So you want to be clear about it. So every day then, each of us, we must, today more than perhaps any time, with our world so full of opinions and our world so full of judgment, our world so full of fault finding that, this teaching just becomes more relevant in my estimation for my ability to sustain my peace and my joy, right? So every day then we must take time to consider, to question ourselves, just what am I thinking? And what have I been thinking about? If you haven't taken any time to ask yourself those questions, then you're living in a world where you are settling for what probably will happen. And what probably will happen has already happened. So you need to be asking yourself these questions. The problem is that the majority of time, like I said, we are all stuck in thinking about, or we are all stuck in fault finding. And the fault finding is on autopilot. We're just finding fault with people, finding fault with the world, finding fault with ourselves. So we need to be able to identify this in ourselves. And because that's the only thing we are thinking about, then life can only give you more opportunities to find fault. Because it is done unto you as you believe. That's just the way the law works. Speaking of the law, Ernest Holmes, in the introduction section, he says that something happens with our thought. And it is done unto you as you believe. But he goes on to explain that what we think, that there is a law within ourselves, just like all the other laws that we know about that are invisible. The law of gravity, the law of electricity. We can't quite put it in our hand, but we do know that it exists and we do know how to use it. Same is true for this law of mind that Ernest Holmes talks about. We don't know, we can't put it in our hand, we can't, quantify it and do anything like that with it, but we can use it. What he suggests is that this law is so absolute in its execution that we should be so mindful of our subtle thoughts, the things we don't even know that we are thinking about. Become practiced in that way because we know that something happens to our thoughts. He says that the law of mind, that is what you think and I think, is entered into is received by the universe in such a way that the law then becomes our faithful servant. The thing that you should know about the law, though, or the thing that you should know, that what you are thinking about and what you feel, it is done unto you as you believe, and the law itself, it is no respecter of persons. The law itself is not concerned about what it is that you are thinking. It just executes. It just moves into action. You know what I'm saying? The law is kind of like this. what's his name? The rapper, Ludacris. Remember? He had the song, "When I move, you move," just like that, right? The law says, when you move, I move. It's like that. When you think a new thought, I'll give you a new experience. When you move, I move. It's like that. Everybody got how the law works? Y'all got it? Yes. Okay. So the law is our faithful servant. It's just taking in what you are thinking about, not concerned about what you are saying, just taking it in what you are thinking about. But we are so consumed and so filled with fault finding that we never get a chance to think about what it is that we really are desiring. When people come to see practitioners, we say, well, what do you want? And a lot of times people say, I don't know. And it's true. Many of us, we don't know what it is that we want. Why? Because we haven't taken any time to really consider what it is that we really and truly want. We haven't given ourselves any time to think about what it would feel like if the thing that you are desiring that you had. You haven't given yourself any time to think about what it would feel like. Oh, what it would feel like if I was immersed in the experience of more love than I could even imagine. You haven't given yourself the time to think about what it would feel like if you got the new job or you met the right person. We haven't even given ourselves time to think about it and to think about what it would feel like. So you have to give yourself time to think about the thing that you are desiring and not just think about it. You also have to give yourself time to begin to feel what it would feel like if this was my experience. Because what you think and you feel is what you believe. And that's what the law will give back to you in your life. Ernest Holmes says that he says that to know how to think is to know how to live. And he proposes that if we change our thinking, we will change our life. So, here's the problem. I used to think, not every Sunday, but a lot of Sundays I have some music that I'm playing to get me in the mood and, ready to go. And I love the John Legend song. It's one of his old songs, So High. And in it, he says a line, something like, don't you wanna go, don't you wanna go, don't you wanna go, heaven, heaven, don't you wanna go, don't you? And in my mind, I would think, yeah, why wouldn't anybody want to experience heaven? And it's not that people don't want to experience heaven, as he says, feels like heaven, sweet like life, sweet like heaven. It's not that people don't want to experience life in that way. It's that people doubt that they can experience life in that way. And when you stop doubting that you can experience life in that way, you will start to experience life in that way. And as Ernest Holmes says then, life is absolute perfection, right? So you got to be able to identify when you are in doubt about it, when you are so consumed with blaming people, when you are where you are continuing to believe in your life that people, places, and things have power over you. Because as long as you do that, you are you're stuck in what can probably happen rather than what can possibly happen. Our journey is to get to a point where we're living from a place where we are so convinced about what can possibly happen rather than what has already happened. Are you with me so far? Okay, so here's the thing though, when we've been thinking so long, about when we've been thinking in a way for so long where we're just finding fault, it can be hard to think otherwise. When we are so caught in our opinions and our judgments, it can be really hard to loosen that and to open up to a new possibility. I'm admitting it. But when we understand that something happens to our thought, and this is not just wishful kind of thinking, this is the truth. So much so that Ernest Holmes says it can be proved. That is why he calls it the science, because you can prove it. You can prove that when you change your thinking, that your life will change. And what I love about the teaching is that it suggests that you don't have to take my word for it. You can find out for yourself. And in part 4 of the Science of Mind textbook, he warns us, he said, don't get caught up in too much theory trying to understand how it works. Don't spend time trying to understand how electricity works. If you want some light, go turn the light on. Don't spend too much time trying to understand it. Just use it. Just begin to think a new thought. Just take some time to quieten your mind and to begin to see where you are having thoughts of judgment, where you are finding fault. I know. Many of you are thinking, she ain't even talking to me. I ain't got no problem with nobody. I ain't finding fault with nobody. I ain't got no opinion about nothing. Right? Tell your neighbor, she talking to you. Tell your other neighbor, she is talking to you. You might think that. You might think that. Many of us thought that until we had the opportunity to see, until we were so committed to slowing down and quieting our mind and becoming aware of just what we were thinking about, until we decided to commit to think about just what we are thinking about. Because once we understand the way the law works, when you move, I move. It's like that. When we understand that, Ernest Holmes says there'll come a point in time when our thoughts will remain in heaven. And yours and mine then will be a heavenly experience. You and I, we really will prove that life is absolute perfection. So, we have to start thinking about what we are thinking about. We have to start thinking about more what is possible rather than what is probable. Because as I said, if you are stuck in what's probable, you're thinking about what already happened. What's probable is based on what has happened, and what's possible is based on what can happen. So I got to get to this because I'm running out of time. So here's the thing. Let us be moved into practice today. Let us be moved into practice today. How to use it, you quieten your mind, you become aware of your fault finding, you become aware of your opinions, you become aware of your judgments, you become aware of your set expectations, you become aware of when you are wrapped up in thinking about the past over and over and over again. That's step number 1. And when I say the past, I'm not just talking about 50 years ago, or 30 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 1 year ago. I'm talking about even a minute ago. Become aware of it. If it's fault finding, if it's full of judgment, quieten your mind, become aware of it. And then refuse to think about it. Let it go and refuse to think about it. How do you refuse to think about it? Just don't think about it. Don't think about it. Because the moment you don't think about it, something new can enter in. The moment you stop thinking about it, we begin to invite a new idea in. We begin to invite a new experience in. We allow ourselves the opportunity just to feel what it would feel like if all of our needs were really and truly met. So quieten your mind. Get clear about it, let it go, and then move into prayer. Move into prayer. That's it. So let us practice. I have a prayer that Ernest Holmes wrote, and I'm going to invite us all into practice. So right now, what I want you to do is just quieten your mind. And if you haven't already, give yourself the opportunity to think about what you've been thinking about. See if anywhere in you there is fault finding. See if anywhere in you there is judgment. See if anywhere in you your opinion precedes you. See if within you you are trying to set your expectations upon another. And now that you've got that, for a moment I'm inviting you to set it down, to let it go. In a few minutes you can pick it back up, but for now, set it down. Let your opinion go. Suspend your opinion. Suspend your judgment. Suspend the fault finding for a moment. Even if you are finding fault with yourself, suspend it. Put it down for a moment. And now what we are to do, as we've given ourselves the opportunity to stop thinking about it, let us begin to fill ourselves in with truth. Let us become so invested in the truth and so interested in the truth. Let us fill our minds with truth so that we can begin to change what's in here. Because when we change what's in here, when we change ourselves, what's out there changes. And here is the prayer. I am a center in the divine mind, a point of God-conscious life, truth, and actions. My affairs are divinely guided and guarded into right action, into correct results. Everything I do, say, or think is stimulated by the truth. There is power in this word that I speak because it is of the truth and it is the truth. There is perfect and continuous right action in my life and affairs. The Spirit in me animates everything I do, say, or think. Ideas come to me daily, and these ideas are divine ideas. They direct and sustain me without effort. I am continuously directed. I am compelled to do the right thing, to say the right word at the right time, and to follow the right course of action. My word is the law and will bring to me or cause me to be brought to its fulfillment now. There is no unbelief. There is no doubt, nor uncertainty. I know, and I know that I know. This truth that I speak sets me free. If you don't know a prayer like this, pray what you know how to pray. Pray in a way that you know how to pray. If all you know that God is good, let that be your prayer. If all you know is that life is working out for my highest and my best, let that be your prayer. If all you know is that only good can come of this, let that be your prayer. If all you know is that I am one with Spirit, let that be your prayer. If all you know is that God and I are one, let that be your prayer. Until you begin to feel different. Until you begin to feel different. Because when you feel different, you will think differently. And life will be different. Practitioners, join me. Join me in knowing this to be the absolute truth for each and every one of us. As we align ourselves with the divine mind, the great power and the presence, the spirit that is within us, this essence that is never an absence, let us affirm and know now again that I am a center in the divine mind. I am a center in this good stuff, a point of God conscious life, truth, and action. My affairs are divinely guided and guarded into right action, into correct results. I affirm and I know that everything I do, say, or think is stimulated by the truth. There is power in this word that I speak because it is the truth, and it is of truth, and it is the truth. I know for you there is perfect and continuous right action in your life and affairs, that the spirit in you animates everything that you do, say, and think. I affirm and I know that ideas come to you daily, and that these ideas are divine ideas. They direct and sustain you without effort. I know for you that you are continuously directed, that you are compelled to do the right thing, to say the right word at the right time, and to follow the right course of action. I know that the word that you speak and the word that I speak, it is the law, and will bring to me or cause me, will bring to you or cause to be brought to you its fulfillment. I know for you, as I know for myself, there is no more unbelief. There is no more doubt. There is no more uncertainty. I know, and I know that I know, and I know this is true for you. This truth I speak. It's already set me free, and it has set you free too. I release my word, knowing it to already be done. As I give great thanks for it, I just set my words free, and as I do so, I am set free. Let us just come together in an agreement about it by saying, and so it is.
Be still my mind, let all my thoughts be still. Be still my mind, let all my thoughts be still. Father, I come to you today to seek the peace that you alone can give. I come in silence. I come in silence. My Father, speak to me today. I come to hear your voice in silence and certainty and in love. Sure you will hear my call and answer me, answer me. I come in silence. I come in silence. Silence. I come in silence.
And so it is. So it is, yes. All right. As our practitioners take their seats, I want to invite our ushers up as we move forward in our service today, as we prepare ourselves to move into a time of giving and sharing our tithes and offerings. If you would, as our ushers are coming forward, if you would like to have a copy of the prayer that is found in the Science of Mind textbook that I read today, come up to me after service. I have several and would love to give you one if you'd like to have one. But you're going to have to come up to me and say hi today. All right. So let us just take out our gifts, our tithes, and our offerings. As we do so, let us just bring in the room that those who've already given and those who give online and those who are giving online now. Let us take it all in the storehouse. Won't you join me in turning within in this moment of thanksgiving? Let us just rejoice in knowing truly that we are ever one with that which is giving of itself to itself. That we can never then outgive the giver, that which we give is inexhaustible and eternal, ever returning and becoming more and more in our life. So I know this morning then that every cent that we receive, that it moves the center of peace out and forward, creating an even more safer space and an even more sacred space for whoever is ready to get quiet and to begin to think about what they are thinking about so they can think about what they really want to think about. Yes, I know that we are blessed. And I know that the giver is blessed 1,000,000 times fold. And truly, it could be no other way. So for every cent that we receive, I give thanks. Truly, I do give thanks. And so it is.
Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your blessings. Your guidance is wise indeed. Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your blessings. Your lessons live on in me. Ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 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 Ooh, thank you. Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your guidance is wise indeed. Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your lessons live on in me.
And so it is. And so it is. Yes. All right. We have done it again. Let us all stand and prepare to sing our closing song, our release. You can find the lyrics to the song in the back of your chair as our choir comes forward to lead us in singing our closing song written by Ricky Byers. Yes. I want to remind everybody that our practitioners are here and ready to join you in prayer, in treatment, and knowing the truth about you and your situation or your circumstance. If you are desiring prayer but don't have time to stay to be with one of our practitioners, and I hope that you do, we have a box over here behind the partition. You can write down your request for prayer. Our practitioners will receive your request and reach out to you to let you know that they are praying for you. So please do use our practitioner prayer box as well. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
thought I had to do it all by myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. Now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you have got to let it go. Let it go. Let it all go. Let it go. And this is what you have to say. Come on. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle. No more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle. No more struggle. No more strife. No more strife. With my faith. With my faith. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle. No more struggle. No more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for
And so, as we journey on throughout our week, let me remind you, as Ernest Holmes has stated, that life is absolute perfection. Let us be about our business this week, then, improving it. Take time to quieten your mind and to think about what you are thinking about so you can think about what you really want to think about. And so it is. 15 minutes.
Right. Yes. We're going to take a All right, we're going to take a 15-minute transition so that the Egypt committee can get things set up. There's cake in the back. We'll be starting in about 15 minutes. We are inviting everybody to join us here in the front row so that we can share our Egypt experience. Yeah.